Hello, everybody. Welcome back to more Stardew Valley. We do our countdown before the video. I was like, I counted down, but I was half expecting you to intro anyways. So I was like, there was a weird... Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stardew Valley. How's it going, Sweet Tim?
This is going pretty well. It's going cool, Tim.
Cool as can be. Cool,
I should actually probably use like the... It took me so long to upgrade this thing. I should probably try and utilize its effects.
You probably have. You be the one to mess with it. We needed something from the mine, didn't we? We needed certain type of
more
ore?
gold.
Gold. Okay.
I need
Well, if we have
gold. But also fire quartz.
Fire quartz. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking of. Do we need the chocolate cake for anything, or can I take it to the mines?
No, the chocolate cakes are all for you to take to the mines. Munch on down.
All right.
Come on, contestant one. Munch on down.
All right. If you say so. Got 3 cakes. I feel like I want a bit more balanced meal to take down, but I'll have 1 leek, 1 strawberry, and 3 chocolate cakes. That sounds like a nice balanced breakfast.
Yeah, it's a pyramid of a kind.
It's true. If you turn the cake upside down, it looks like a pyramid.
It's basically the food pyramid, is that right?
See, look at where are you at?
When they said that I should abide the food pyramid, what they were saying is that I should only eat food that is pyramidal, right?
See? Oh, wait, why did I say if you turn it upside down, it's a pyramid? It's already a pyramid.
It looks like an excellent hat, though.
It does. It does look like a Duke hat a little bit, but that's okay. I did not water whatever that one thing is that's above the scarecrow, and I don't have my watering can anymore.
It's fine.
And I can't leave.
I'll water it myself. Also, I have been trying to leave my watering can in the tools chest. Because it's better. So if you need a watering can that is slightly better, maybe look in there. Maybe it might be in there.
That is such a great idea. We can share.
Exactly. Maybe we only need to upgrade 1 set of tools.
That would be great.
I got a level 7 sword and a diamond. Do you want a level 7 sword?
I have
18 to 35 damage.
Whoa, yep.
Yeah, plus 2 defense, plus 4 weight.
Sure. I have a level 9 crystal dagger, but I don't like the way that the daggers...
Yeah, the sword at least will have a swing, whereas the daggers have the little poke.
I feel like the combat's so remedial that breadth of swing is more useful. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind taking that back too. Neptune's glaive.
Yeah, Neptune's glaive.
-1 speed.
I think it's not calling out on this, but I think it might be like a rare weapon.
I think it's new.
Is it? I thought like back when I played, it was one of the weapons that I was looking for to finish my list.
I've never seen it before.
Well,
so
I mean,
I don't know.
Did you do that much fishing in your series?
No. Anything I've never seen before is completely new to the game. Do not hurt my immersion. Thank you.
No, it's a fair point well made. My apologies. They did just include it into the game.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, hang on. I'm going to get Gunter to tell me about diamonds, because Gunter wants to tell me a lot about a bunch of different gems right now.
Okay. Are diamonds used for anything, useful in this game?
I think you need to hold a diamond to get the... No, it's a prismatic shard you need to hold to get the sword. I don't know. Everyone seems to like diamonds, at least.
Krobus likes them as a gift.
There are a lot of people who love them as a gift. If you put them in a bunch of gem duplicators, you can just have perfect gifts for half the town.
Yeah, everybody's so materialistic.
Yeah. Why everyone's so horny for diamonds?
I know. Why can't everyone just like leeks like George, the refined man? He's like, you know what I love? Kids these days love iPods and diamonds. I like leeks.
I mean, he probably wouldn't turn out a diamond if you gave it to him because it's exchangeable for a large amount of leeks.
He doesn't. Nah, he doesn't get out much. He doesn't go for it. I think he genuinely might only think diamonds are neutral. Genuinely. I think a lot of, like, there's actually quite a few that think neutrally of them. There's tons of people that like them a lot, though.
Mm.
Do we need a winter route?
Yes, I think. Hang on, I will check because I can read.
You can read, I can't read.
Bulletin board, vault, boiler room, fish tank, cross room. Yeah, it's the cross room. Winter foraging, snow yam. No, we already have a winter route. We need a snow yam and a crocus.
Crocus. Okay. Croquet.
I mean, we were just talking about crocus and the fact that he really likes, Wait
Diamonds?
a second. I can... Oh! Apparently there's a key that swaps your two inventories? Like your two layers of inventory?
Tab.
Oh.
I know, I just found out about it.
That must have been included relatively recently then, right?
Absolutely not. You wouldn't let me have my fun, I won't let you have your fun. It's been there forever. And I also just...
It was actually the
I don't know.
first feature design. They designed the game around it. Concerned 8 had that down first, though.
Yeah, exactly. They had the two things that were in the game. The first thing was the inventory. The second thing was the hat mouse. It was just you just collected hats in your inventory.
That is one thing we need to do, is go actually have another conversation with the Hat Mouse, because he might have more clothes now, because we know there's clothes somewhere.
I actually know how to get them.
How?
I got spoiled. You have to become good friends with Emily, and then you get to use her sewing machine. And then apparently, literally, like almost any item in the game, when combined with cloth, will make its own unique clothing item.
Yeah, that makes sense. As soon as they said 141 clothing customization options, I was like, what? How?
Yeah. Also, some people just sell the clothes, I think, too.
Oh, okay. Those are probably the ones I'm more likely to manage to rock.
Yeah. I mean, I normally don't really care about Emily, so this makes me want to like her for her sewing machine.
I mean, that's cruel.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you meant to say that's cool.
Sorry, that's cool, Tim. This is what I was... there was a comma and a Tim coming afterwards.
Yeah. That's cool, Tim.
I had a friend in primary school, and I am willing to admit that we were exclusively friends because he had worms on his PC. So I did not. I liked worms.
Yeah. I had a friend that fun fact, one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite game of all time, Paper Mario. Fun fact, I don't even own a physical copy of that video game.
Ooh.
And I went to my friend's house to play it all the time because he was my free rental, and I didn't really like him that much.
I mean, you might as well get the value while out of the relationship that you can.
But you know what? You know why I didn't like him very much is this thing. I don't know. I'm afraid of accidentally calling you out as someone who did this, but if you did, quite frankly, you deserve to be called out.
Please do.
Who invited me over so that he would play his single-player games, and I would just be on the couch.
That's effectively what you and I do professionally. You understand this, Reto?
I understand, but but this is different.
It is. I was oftentimes the person watching someone play through their single player game. I was fine with it because it showed me Paper Mario. I like it. Maybe there's something to unpack there about why I do this and that. Maybe I owe a debt of gratitude to him. But it's more just when you get invited over to play games together, and then, but actually they never give you the controller. I think it's about the reason it was annoying is because of expectation. Whereas for us, if you're clicking on this video and you think you're gonna play with us, I think you don't know what YouTube is. You don't? What? I've been leaving a link in the bottom with your IP, direct IP, just so people can connect in.
Yeah.
Should I not be doing that?
No, I mean you can do that, but I'm more just saying you can't plug in a controller and play this video. At least not until Stadia comes out. Wait, it is out.
we've
that
both been
some kind of
contacted, of
feature?
course, by is it Google or Microsoft doing Stadia? Microsoft.
It's Susan.
Susan, sorry. Okay, yeah, we've both been contacted by Susan, being offered the ability to work on Stadia exclusive projects, doing real-time Let's Plays.
Yeah, there was some kind of feature actually marketed about that for integrated live streams where people could actually like goof with it. I don't know. Like, that was the thing I was most interested in. Like, I was like, what does that mean? I'm like, do I have to change up everything about how I'm doing? They're like, this is gonna revolutionize YouTube gaming content. And I was like, okay, I guess I have to care about this a lot. And I hope they give me more information. And then I never got more information. And it seems like that's not even like a part of it. I heard nobody say anything about that.
Yeah, that'll be like one executive in a boardroom is going, you know what's big? Streaming's big. What if we made this something like with streaming? And everyone else went, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. And they put it in the press release and then got it down to the tech team. The tech team were like, actually, no. This is, what do you want?
Yeah, like in reality, I think like maybe the only thing with the feature that might actually be coming out that I know of, I'm speaking completely out of my rump, is when you're playing on, like you're watching somebody play a game on YouTube, if you have Stadia, there will be a link to get the game yourself on Stadia. I think is the. So
it's a glorified card?
I think so. I think so.
Right.
Definitely don't quote me. But I think, as far as I know, that's what that turned into.
Fair enough.
I don't know though. As it got closer and closer to its release and the buzz became 0, it was at like 2. It was at a 2 out of 20, and it went down to 0. I stopped even reading any articles about it because I'm like, the thing is, if it's like that close to release, like because it's out now, like who knows, like 20 people, and it's like if it's that close to release and you're like, but what actually is it? That's a problem.
Yeah, it's you poorly defining poorly defining things like that just ends up in everyone being able to project what they think it will do based on the vague marketing terms upon it, and then be disappointed when it doesn't.
Exactly, like me.
Because you think it's going to revolutionize streaming.
It was more just like I was afraid it was going to revolutionize streaming. That's how, like, whenever any change or like big thing that's supposed to be exciting shows up, I'm gonna pass out. I'm like, this is gonna change the way that you YouTube forever. I'm like, oh god,
not another thing changing the way I YouTube forever.
Yeah, it's like I don't want it to be better. Just don't break it anymore, Susan. That's it. It just, I want my old creator studio that wasn't as slow. Yeah. Susan. That's it. That's the one thing that's like that I'm annoyed with is the new creator studio. I don't think is very good. Am I right? Relatable comments section. High five. You know what we're talking about.
How has your experience with the YouTube creator section been? I mean, it looks, I'll give it a couple things. It looks slick. Finding where things are is not difficult. It's intuitive. It's just more difficult than the previous one because we knew where the things were in the previous one, at least. The most annoying thing about it to me, well, two things. Number one is that it has something that it's missing. Ooh, there was an earthquake. Oh, we unlocked that new area.
I was passed out outside, and I think I might have fell in the crack. I'm dead.
Oh. I'm dead. Well, in honor of Cool Tim, we'll be completing this series, but this is now an in memoriam series, so I'm going to spend most of the episodes eulogizing. Sweet Tim was... Oh, Sweet Tim, you lived!
Oh, Cool Tim's gone.
So, Sweet Tim, Cool Tim.
Right. Yeah. YouTube took away something.
Yeah, one of the features in particular that I was worried about was the removal of the ability to add ad breaks via time code. which it's just saves a lot of time. But their current implementation of how to do that by like going into a video editor takes ages. But the thing that I actually care about is if you go to the comments page, it starts loading up like and saving and caching a ridiculous amount of comments, and it breaks. Like it will be a memory leak within 5 minutes of looking at a comment section. I cannot look at the comment section in the new YouTube.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about just complaining about inside baseball stuff for a little bit.
Yeah,
I have.
You know, my least favorite thing? That CPM between days. I don't know enough about actual CPM. I don't even know what CPM stands for. I forget.
Center per mil.
Absolutely. And it's boy that number. Woo! Apocalypse. Susan. What else?
Just covering everything for the YouTube people.
Yeah.
I've actually had like an idea to do like a series called something along the lines of Inside Baseball, where we play baseball games and don't focus on the baseball game at all and just talk about YouTube.
I think you might have cut out for the punchline. Is it called Outside Baseball?
No, it's called Inside Baseball.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll play a baseball game.
Just play baseball games and talk about YouTube instead of baseball.
Yeah. What baseball games are actually good?
I don't know. In fact, I think it's easier and almost better if we play bad baseball games.
Yeah, let's play backyard baseball though. With the Steam Remote Play. If it was on, I don't know. That would actually be genuinely fun. If backyard baseball was on Steam. Oh my god.
What is a backyard baseball?
Oh my god, he actually doesn't know.
No?
It's a baseball game. There's like a whole series of backyard blank games, like backyard baseball, backyard whatever the hell. It was effectively kind of like Mario sports vibes games, but all the characters were like different kids. And there was one kid who was way more OP than all the other ones. Like it wasn't even close. Like they weren't trying to hide it, and his name was Pablo.
Neat. Rocket Pablo.
But it was I think it was probably like truly a very okay game. But nostalgia hits hard, and I say that it's the best game ever made. So
that's totally fair. There's a couple of those from my youth that I think are the absolute best game ever made.
What are they?
Oh, now you put me on the spot. I knew that they were there.
What is a? Okay, no, you got something. Okay.
I honestly think like the first one for me was Sims 2. Like this is perfect. This is everything. Specifically getting the expansions with the dogs. At
the time, Sims 2 felt perfect.
Gaming can never get past that. Frankly, the fact that people have still tried is a little embarrassing.
I know. I'm embarrassed to be a people.
Part of the group that has tried to have the chutzpah, the moxie, to stand up to.
Why is quite frankly, I'm very insulted that Sims 2 is not president of the United States.
I voted for it, but apparently I'm not American. It's weird. Apparently. I got to the polls. They told me, actually, excuse me, you're Australian?
Whoops. But yeah, are there any games that, I mean, obviously there are. Is there anything that comes to the top of your head for games that you know for a fact you've overrated? Like you know for a fact as a kid you overrated. Like the one that I feel like I hear people say more than anything on earth is that GoldenEye for Nintendo 64 does not hold up in any kind of a way.
I'm sorry to say that, like, number one, it almost certainly doesn't, right? Like, the aiming controls of that game were notoriously garbage.
Yeah.
But I never played it. I never had an N64.
I didn't really play it either. I played it at some friend's house, and I actually, wasn't that excited about it when I was a kid. Like, I was just like, it's like, I want more colors.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I liked the Mario stuff. I like the color stuff. I like the Pokemon. But like I had fun with it in the same way I can have fun with like basically any game. But like I got it recently because a few years back I started spending like all of my money, not all of my money, a lot of money on buying old Nintendo 64 games to try to recapture my youth. And I bought that game and I put it in and I was like, this is impossible to play, and I have no nostalgia for it at all. It's impossible to play, and I'm like, man, I really wish I could have owned this as a kid so that I could be sad that my nostalgia's ruined right now, but it just, yeah, a first-person shooter with one control stick. Need I say any more?
Yeah, it's not incredibly fun in my one, I think, experience of actually trying to play it on an emulator, almost certainly.
Yeah. That being said, I think Metroid Prime, I think, might have only used one control stick too, and I actually didn't have any problems with that. So maybe, guys, maybe GoldenEye's bad and always has been.
All right, cool. I just got to remember not to check the comments on this one. Thanks on that.
No. It was revolutionary. And now it's not.
I mean, look, I'm no stranger to that same kind of position of this is something that people hold a lot of nostalgia for. I'm about to say it's bad. Oops. Because I wasn't a Nintendo kid growing up. It's weird because I played a lot of games growing up. I didn't play much Nintendo. I didn't play
Name one.
Much Sega. Sorry, name one game. Name one Nintendo. Name one Sega.
Name one game. Name one. Oh yeah, you played a lot of games growing up. Name one.
Dog's Life on PS2.
Oh nice.
It was. I think I overrated that game, but I was like 12 at the time, so I should have known better.
Isn't it really? That one's like really quite goofy, isn't it? Right?
It's awful. Like you go around smelling like the scent trails of other people's farts in order to locate them. Oftentimes.
Is that the one that has like the dog has like an actual like voiceover?
Yep.
Of some guy talking and he's like, I don't know. The voice just is kind of like not quite right.
Yep.
Because it's just like such a normal guy voice, I think.
Yeah, that's it. That's one. And you go around town just like solving quests. It's kind of like it's kind of like if Tony Hawk's Underground was about a dog and bad.
It's like if GoldenEye actually was good.
Yeah, exactly. It's a first-person shooter with only one twin stick. Sorry, I didn't mention that. It's on the PS2 controller, the dual twin stick analog controller as well, but it only uses one of the sticks.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make people mad now. It's one of those things where it's like I have no nostalgia for it. Like I played it probably like a couple times growing up, so it's just like I can very easily look at it objectively, and I don't like. And it's just obviously some games don't hold up, and then there's games that like especially like any game that tries to mimic realism on the N64 is going to get outdated.
Yeah.
Only games that had their own visual style, games like like Paper Mario, that like a timeless graphic style that's going for style instead of realism, it's gonna get outdated. Like, but I think we're approaching a time where that's no longer gonna be the case. But I'm probably gonna be proven wrong. Even people are gonna be like, they're gonna look back at the games coming out like this year, and they're gonna be like, oh man. It's gonna be like the same thing how we looked at the weird animations of like Mass Effect Andromeda or something.
Yes. Yeah, I truly believe we're constantly gonna be in that moment of thinking, oh, we've crested. Wait, no, it's better now.
Yeah, but like it seems like surely though, at some point, it's gonna be less jarring. Like it seems like it has to be.
At some point, what'll be less jarring? Sorry.
Visuals, like. As we approach realism more and more, it seems like I'm sure things are gonna be weird. It's gonna be minor things like kind of like Uncanny Valley type thing, but like I have a hard time believing like what's the highest graphical fidelity game that just came out. I don't know. AAA game.
Highest graphical
it's
fidelity.
like or whatever. Let's say Outer Worlds. Like I have a hard time believing like a game from 5 years ago, the difference between a game now and a game 5 years ago is going to be the same as the difference between Outer Worlds and a game in 5 years.
But again, it may be,
I know.
right? Like, because
I know.
we don't know what's on the horizon. There could be some giant transformative technology that just is out of reach.
Totally seems, yes, like, of course. But I feel like at a certain point, the only things that are going to become outdated as like graphically, I feel like we're going to reach a point closer to, like realism where you would think, yes. But I feel like the things that are going to be outdated are going to be more experiential things. Like maybe, who freaking knows, in 20 years, we're going to be like, why was anybody playing a game that wasn't in VR? Like, who knows? Who knows?
I've been thinking about that a lot recently because of the announcement of Half-Life Alyx. Because I've been, for the longest time, thinking that, okay, VR tech, like, a lot of people apparently like it. I've never tried it myself, but apparently a lot of people enjoy it. It obviously needs a quote-unquote killer app, something that a lot of people get it for, to create the market for people to actually create games for it. And if anyone's going to do that, maybe it's Valve, right? Like, their whole thing for a large period of time has been trying to push technology. Like, specifically, that's, like, Gabe's... I think it's fair to say that's Gabe's fetish, is pushing forward, like, technology into new realms. Like, just hear him talk about it. He's absolutely swept in it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. Like, I had... Nobody laugh. I have a PlayStation VR.
Sorry, was I not allowed to?
I have a PlayStation VR, and it's nice. Like, it's not even like in the top, like whatever 5 probably of like quality ones out there. And I'm like, this is nice. I'm like visually very sensitive, so like I get a little gross feeling. Also, VR, or at least the PSVR, is not really made for glasses.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that I like. The new Vive, I think, is like made with glasses like completely in mind. But like, there's just like a handful of these little tweaks where I'm like, oh my god, give it a couple of years, give me a VR experience that I can use for more than 20 minutes, and I'm really excited. So like, I hope I hope this gets pioneered and it's like really great. Desperately.
I hope that it's good as well. I will admit I have a little bit of disappointment, which is weird because I was a mega fan of the Half-Life series, and I was like, I used to listen to podcasts that would talk about all of the latest information on when Half-Life 2 Episode 3 would come out, because like, oh, we've mined through the files here and we saw like a Valve employee, an ex-Valve employee had this discussion with someone in a forum that I happened to manage to get access to, right? And it was always these tiny little tidbits of information that were all little hints that maybe Half-Life 3 was coming.
Yeah.
So I used to listen to that feverishly, like, oh god, I can't wait for it. It's clearly around the corner.
Yeah.
But even I eventually just jumped off board the Half-Life bandwagon. So it feels weird to be in the position of, I don't know if Valve can make a good Half-Life, especially with Eric Walpole and Mark Laidlaw having left the company.
Shoot, we didn't sell anything.
Ooh. Oops. That is bad. Oops. I will quickly surmise this. I don't know if I necessarily trust Valve to do that. They were also working with Campos Santos, who did Firewatch for In the Valley of Gods, which has apparently been delayed so that they can continue to work on Half-Life Alyx and Dota Underlords, which is a little bit of a loss because, unfortunately, like, you know, Campos Santos are really, really good. And I would like to see a new game from them.
Yeah. I never played Firewatch, but it's on my really want to play list. And I want them to have another game so that when I play it and I'm excited, I want another one in the backlog. Yeah,
you'll have another one to add to the list. Until next time, you'll have some time to actually work through that list. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. His name has been Reto Retromation. There's a playlist in the description down below. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
I've never played Half-Life. Bye.